everything. Something about your love, something about your love changes everything, changes everything. Something about your love, something about your love changes everything, changes everything. Something about your love, something about your love changes everything, changes everything. Something about your love, something about your love changes everything. You turn my morning into dancing. 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 'Cause your love changes everything. Your love changes everything. You turn my morning into dancing. You turn my morning into dancing. You turn my morning into dancing. 'Cause your love changes everything. Your love changes everything. Oh, there's something about your love, something about your love changes everything in my body. Oh, something about your love, something about your love changes everything. It changes everything. Something about your love, something about your love changes everything. It changes everything. Something about your love, something about your love changes everything, changes everything. Something about your love, something about your love changes everything. Something about your love, something about your love changes everything, changes everything. Something about your love, something about your love changes everything, changes everything. Something about your love, something about your love changes everything. You turn my morning into dancing. 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 Something about your love, something about your love changes everything.
Hey, good morning, Rooted Men. Sorry about that. I was looking over at some other sites. I was looking at the YouTube site and the Rumble site and the Twitter site, and we are on. So sorry about that delay. Good to have you. Let's see. Yeah, we're where we need to be. So that is very good. Ken Gooch, good morning, fellow brothers in arms. Good to see that. Yesterday, I bugged him yesterday saying, wait, where were you? He was taking his lovely bride, because she's got a broken foot, to work, And so we didn't get the usual good morning, fellow brothers in arms yesterday. So welcome, welcome. I'm on board. Good morning, Rooted Men. Let's see. Bert Reggiani, good morning. Chris Connolly, good morning. Chuck B, good morning. Firmly Rooted Men. Powerful time last night at Praise and Pizza. Blessings to you all. Amen. We did some deliverance prayer with a young lady, and it was really powerful. Yeah. So more to come, more to be said, but be praying for that young lady who I believe had some demonic forces broken, and so no longer harassing her. So, all right, let's get at our devotion. We're looking at Proverbs 26. We did Reformation. We did All Saints Day. Please don't forget those. I think there were some powerful messages there. I hope you had a chance to see yesterday's message about All Saints Day. But we're back to our Proverbs, and we've got Proverbs 26, 13 through 19. I'm using the NASB 2020. And so instead of sluggard, you're going to hear the lazy one. Another word that they use, the Hebrew word, could be idle, sluggard, idle, someone who's in neutral, someone who is just lazy. And so let's hit it. Verse 13. A lazy one says, there is a lion on the road, a lion in the public square. We've had this earlier. It's the idea is, I can't go out to work. I can't go out to work. It is finding some type of excuse, even if we're making it up, to not do the kinds of things necessary to be the man of your home, to take care of business, to be productive. It is the sluggard finds an excuse, even the idiotic excuse that there's a lion on the road or in the public square, so I just better stay here. I just better stay in neutral. When we are designed to be moving, we're designed to take God's creation, the days, the hours, the life that we have, and put it to work. That's what he created Adam to do, and that's what we are called to do. As a door turns on a hinge, so does a lazy one on his bed, right? I mean, the image is perfect, right? Just like a door turns on a hinge. I just wish they would have added the words squeaky, right? A lazy person, a sluggard, one who is idle, just keeps rolling over on the bed. A lazy person buries their hand in the dish, and they're so lazy, they're so weary, they can't even bring that hand back to their mouth to feed them. Wow. It's right in front of them. What they need is right in front of them. And they put their hand to the dish, but they're so lazy. They're so idle. They're such a sluggard that they don't even bring that food, that sustenance, what they need, back to their mouth. A lazy person, a sluggard, is wiser in their own eyes than 7 people who can give a discreet answer. The lazy person or the idle person is the one who just holds on to their position, even when disproved by facts, by truth, by wisdom. Like one who takes a dog by the ear. Not a good idea, right? Taking a dog by the ear, that's way too close to those teeth. Like one who takes a dog by the ear, so is one who passed by and meddles with strife not belonging to him. One who is a gossip, one who pokes in, one who needs to know, one who is just always in the stuff of other people's lives and don't even take care of the stuff in their own eyes. You might as well grab onto a dog's ear and have it just rip your hand off. Verse 18. Like a maniac, who shoots flaming arrows of death. The maniac, the person who walks into a store and just starts shooting people for no apparent reason. Maniac, he changes the word. He's not using lazy one, he's using maniac. In biblical ways, that's demonically induced. Somehow, their minds have been twisted. And in Proverbs, when we begin to go down the road away from God's truth, we go to lies, and when we go to lies, we're in the enemy's playing field. When we're there, he comes to steal, kill, and destroy. He distorts. We lead to violence. Look at today. Look at today. College campuses and Jewish students are having to hide. Not because people are protesting. Everybody has a right to protest. Everybody has a right. A First Amendment right to speak. But not speak hatred, not speak death, not threaten to kill, rape. What are we doing? We're maniacs. We're losing our minds. Verse 19. I want you to listen to this one. So is the person who deceives his neighbor and says, I was just joking. In modern day, we call that passive aggressive. You feel like you've just been punched in the nose and someone says, man, I was just kidding. I was just kidding. James says that our words are like a fire, and our words can come right from the gates of hell. We can speak death over someone in just a second, a millisecond. We can rip someone to pieces with our words. I was just kidding. Oh, I didn't mean it that way. Why did it feel that way? James says we should be quick to listen and slow to speak. I think this is one of the most harmful ways that in family discussions, husbands and wives, parents and children, this is where we do so much damage, because we say something harsh, we say something bitter, we say something destructive, and then smile and pretend it was a joke. Solomon equates that with a maniac who shoots flaming arrows. Where do we see flaming arrows in the scriptures? Paul, when he talks about the full armor of God, that we have the shield of faith to block the flaming arrows that come from who? The devil, the demonic forces. Gentlemen, we better watch our tongues, and we better watch the words that come out of our mouths. We own them. And we own the intent. We can say we're kidding. We can say I didn't mean it that way. But the God of the universe knows the intent of our heart even before we say it, so you better start being honest, you and me. And I'm including myself in this too. Trying to get away with saying something sharp, saying something we shouldn't say, and then putting it behind a passive-aggressive statement like, I was just kidding, I didn't mean it that way, I was just joking. Let's be careful today. Let's be careful with our words. And let's say things that we mean. As Jesus said, let your yes be yes and your no be no. That's enough. All right, that's my section. on this Thursday morning. I'll be back at 8:30 for Strengthening Our Roots, looking at the Gospel of Luke, and then at 9 o'clock for prayer. Let's see, just for kicks, if anybody else came on board. It looks like we got 4 or 5 people watching on Rumble. We got a couple on Twitter, and then you guys watching on YouTube. So that's great. All right. Blessings on your day. Make it a firmly rooted day, and may someone see Jesus in us today. Peace.